Hello there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. And tonight, the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Professor Peter Twumasi, has been relieved of his duties. Now, Doji Numekovo will replace him in acting role until a substantive appointment is announced. Mr. Numekovo, whose appointment was signed by Secretary to the President, Nana Bediatu Asante, on February 26, 2024, said he has 14 days to accept the appointment. Now, about 2 weeks ago, Joy Sports did pick intel that Professor Twumasi was about to be sacked. He was subsequently invited to the Jubilee House to answer questions on varied range of issues and indeed pleaded for leniency. It does appear he was unable to convince the appointing authority to be maintained as his sacking was contained in the communique to the board about 2 weeks ago. Professor Twumasi was appointed Director General of the authority on December 10, 2018, replacing Robert Safo Mensah, who resigned following his alleged involvement in the number 12 expose by Anas Aramio Anaus, Tega IPI. Meanwhile, Northern Regional National Sports Authority boss Salamatu Al-Hassan, Central Regional Chief Alexander Tiku, Ashanti Regional Director Emmanuel Apia, and Volta Regional Head Daniel Sape have all been transferred to the head office in Accra. For Twumasi as they lost that game by 2-1. Well, they will turn their attention to the Ghana Premier League, where they host Karela United all the way in the Northern Region. We'll be hoping that they can bounce back from that. Well, on February 8, 2024, players of Bundesliga club VfB Stuttgart under 12 team embarked on a trip to Ghana as part of the club's efforts to immerse the boys in a culturally diverse environment. My colleague Haruna Mubarak monitored the team's activities in the country and came through with this report.
The players were accompanied by Yannick Ruppert, head of sports organization at the Stuttgart Academy, and Tim Kirk, head of training for the under-12 team. The visit is part of the club's social program Caring for the Roots, which connects children from Europe with children in Africa. As part of the visit, the players built an aquaponics center using plastic bottles and also built a solar system for a learning center in a small fishing village in Krokrobite. They were engaged in football matches with players of the local community. Jane Zohun Gbogbo is the founder and CEO of the Krokrobite Children's Center, and she explains the impact of the experience on the local Ghanaian children.
So the work that we do is quite varied. We're very much a grassroots, community-based organisation, which means that when we do have visitors, we really don't offer them what I call a scrubbed up, sanitised experience of Ghana. It's very much real life. And we want them to see that because we want them to have a genuine experience. And from that, people learn, not just in this case, the young players that came to us from Stuttgart, as well as the parents and the coaches too. But also the young people and the children that we're working with and the other members of our community have a real opportunity to learn from them as well. So there are huge benefits for everybody.
Yannick Ruppert, on his part, explains how the Stuttgart youngsters would benefit from the experience.
I think a lot of them were very, very pleased and see we were what privileges we have in a country like Germany, and how people have different obstacles in life that we might not experience in Germany. So I think this quite sums it up. I think a lot of them were, it taught them humility in many ways, and I think that's a very important part of a process.
Stuttgart is not new to Ghana, having had Ghanaian players on their books dating back to 1994, when defender Joseph Addo first joined them. In more recent years, Black Stars midfielder Ebenezer Ofori featured for them, while Hans Nuno Sape was on their books in 2019. Currently, Guinean striker Serho Girassi is powering them to Champions League football with his 20 goals this season. Tim Kirk hopes the players will take the lessons learned on their trip to make them better individuals.
almost ask the question, why is that? And it leads into a conversation of how complicated we here make our lives. And actually, they start to then question, okay, well, what is it that's actually important? And those conversations are taking place at the moment. And I think they make more sense of those conversations a bit later on, but the process of them starting to think about it is happening already. The second thing that is very apparent is how more confident they are. And my favorite part of the week was on the Saturday, the boys had to prepare a maths lesson or a maths activity. And really the maths activity is to spark a bit of interaction and engagement with the kids. And the kids go into this activity thinking, okay, I am going to teach the kids or help these kids in the area of maths. And it was particularly challenging this time because they had to do it in English. And these are kids who have been learning English for 2-3 years. And so they were quite nervous about it. But as the time goes on, they did it for about 2 hours. What you start to see is that it's not like the boys from Germany teaching the boys from Ghana or something. It ends up sort of being like that, where they start to learn from each other, and then it actually tips the other way, where our boys are learning more from them, and the confidence that they've gained from this, and it's hard to describe. You see an immediate change in their personality.
And all of this has been as a result of the club's careful integration programs that allows African players to thrive at the club. In that regard, the club is building the next generation of talents by introducing them to different cultures at such an early age.
Exciting stuff there, but let me talk about the first official paddle competition in Ghana, which concluded on Sunday evening with some fascinating outcomes. Now, the 4-day tournament began on Thursday, February 29th, after the Professional Paddle Association of Ghana was launched at the S2 Sports Complex in Spintex. My colleague Adamu Benin Karim was there and also came through with this report.
Ever Paddle Accra Open has just concluded here at the S2 Sports Complex in Spintex. The Ivorian team of Kevin Dano and Suleiman Tinde have emerged champions after overcoming the Ghanaian team of Daniel Kote and John Paul.
94 participants from across the continent were grouped into junior, semi-professional and professional categories for both males and females to compete for medals at stake. After more than an hour of intense gameplay and exchanging of fiery shots, the Ivorian double team of Kevin Dano and Suleiman Tinde outperformed Ghana's top-ranked paddle player Daniel Kote and his partner John Paul to win the professional contest. Dano attributed their victory to years of experience in the sport.
Jean-Paul et Daniel, c'est très bons joueurs, ils ont très bien joué, ils ont bien commencé le match, mais après, on a fait parler notre expérience.
Jean-Paul and Daniel have a good level, they're playing very well, but they started very well the match, but after they started, their experience started talking for them.
Ça fait vraiment plaisir de revenir au Ghana, rejouer au Ghana, ça fait vraiment plaisir. Là, ça commence à bouger ici au Ghana avec paddle, ça commence à aller, ça commence à faire du bien.
He said it's very good for him to come back because he has come already in December and to win again. And he sees that paddle has grown and that there's a lot of people into it and really wanting to learn and develop the game sport.
In the women's category, champion Sonia Said expressed hope for increased female participation in future championships.
Well, I feel great. To be honest, this is the first time we are organizing the Paddle Accra Open for women. It's an exceptional event. I feel great about it. I have to say that the level was actually very high. We had a very tough game, but I'm very proud that we have finally won. And I hope we're going to get more and more women into the paddle community.
The association's president, Jean-Noel Said, praised the high level of competition observed during the tournament.
And really, the turnout was outstanding on both categories. The matches were amazing. The schedule went perfectly. Just today we had a little bit of rain, but we managed, and we managed to finish on time. And so I think it was a great turnout. The ambiance is great. Everybody showed up. Supporters came a lot, and so we're just satisfied, and we're looking to grow the game a bit more next time. We should expect a lot. We have first the season that it will unfold. We are looking to bring a professional tournament here in Ghana. We'll have a confirmation later on before the summer for early September, October. We're looking to grow the women's community. We're looking to grow the kids community. And now we have to look for sponsors, for people to be able to help the national team travel and play the African Games of paddle.
The successful hosting of the first official Paddle Accra Open marks the birth of a new sport in Ghana. Organizers have confirmed plans for a regular championship to be established aimed at developing talent for a national team.
Well, that's all we have for you on Prime Sports tonight with me, Razak Busba. We're going to be back sometime tomorrow, God willing. Up next is PM Express. Please do stay to Joy News. Yeah, well, we've got more stories for you on myjoyonline.com.